How's Shaquan look?
It's been up and down, inconsistent. You know, we got to challenge him to come to every practice and be great every practice. You know, we're getting some, Spencer Metton's been pushing him. Connor Linson. Carson Linson's been pushing him pretty good too. So he's dinged up a little bit right now. We'll hope to get him healthy next week.
What about JD?
JD, the same thing. You know, that's two guys that played a lot of football for us last year are on the sideline, so we got some young guys getting a lot of reps. He's been going through Indy. Just want to keep him out of spring, make sure he's ready for the fall.
Has there been any big surprises? You said some young guys are getting opportunities. Is there anybody that's really surprised they're taking advantage of that?
I think all our young guys are getting better. You know, they haven't played one single down in the Big 12. But you got Annie, who's doing really well. Ray Lima, who's our junior college kid, is doing well. And again, this is all being said without playing a rep in the Big 12. But they're practicing well, playing fast, and doing those things like that.
Lima adjusting pretty well, pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's got a really good football IQ. Really handles our install pretty good, and he's really active. Big, strong guy that's active.
Would he unofficially be at the top of the depth chart right now?
Right now, until we, get out there in week one and have an opponent. But right now, he is a starter right now.
After the first day of practice, Coach Campbell said that the main thing that he noticed about the D-line was you guys look like a D-line with some of these big guys. Now, what do you see with just the makeup you put together with guys like Leo and Lima and Camilo coming and that sort of thing?
Well, after spending a year in the Big 12, you got to have size. The size has got to start inside, and you have to have length and pass rush on the outside. We have recruited those body types, so we look a lot more physical inside. We got some good 6'6", 6'7" guys who are active on the edge, and they got to go prove themselves.
Coach Campbell said that you guys were really kind of easing Matt Leo into it. Is that still kind of the case with him?
Yeah, he's behind a little bit. Obviously not physically, just football reps. He really played a 3 technique in junior college, and we're playing him in the end. So those things are happening a lot faster for him. But we're taking him really slow into it, and hopefully get a really good summer with him and fall with him.
Is Matt still learning just football? I mean, I know he was still really new to the game. I mean, how much of the basics are you still teaching him?
Oh, it's all basics. Yeah, that's for a lot of our guys. Just common block reactions and getting a great pass rush. That goes for our entire room. I think down the line we're going to be really talented. We're just young and inexperienced right now, but we got really good talent.
With Leo, we always hear you guys talk about how good he is physically. Is it one of those deals where he'll just make a play and you're like, wow, look at that, and then the next rep doesn't know where to go?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the inexperience of it. We have to constantly just give him those reactions so he can play fast every play.
Who else would be in the penciled in as a starter right now if you had a game today?
At a game today, it'd be Wagner. I think Vernell Trent's doing an excellent job as a senior. He's our most experienced player. He's changed his body. He's close to 300 pounds, really physical. Ray Lima. And we'd have to go Spencer Benton right now. Just his activity and his play-by-play being great as he's been a more consistent player.
There was, a while back, the Iowa State, not saying it's right or wrong, whatever, trended towards not as big defensive linemen. You just mentioned, and you're trending towards 300-pounder guys. Is that changed football? Has football changed, or is that just a philosophy of yours?
In our league, there's, obviously with the fast-paced offense is that you hope that you have your defensive linemen are physically able to keep up with that tempo. So you recruited the smaller, athletic guys for speed. Now in our conference, you're getting tempo with power. So you're getting some big, strong offensive linemen So those guys have to be really well conditioned and then be strong enough to hold up against the run.
Is it football off the charts in that respect right now?
I would say so, and I think it's going back. It's really going back to a two-back offense now. You recruited for the NASCAR offenses, and now they're going back to a two-back offense. More power, more straight ahead, ISOs, and those things like that. So you're gonna need strength, and we got some of that now.
What do you see in Jamal Johnson and Josh Bailey? Because I think it sounds like both kind of transformed their bodies after year one.
So both of those guys came in and probably gained 20 to 30 pounds within a couple months. It's one of the reasons why we went to a nutritionist and really took a strong look at what we were feeding them. They both have lost 30 and 40 pounds, have gotten themselves into really good-looking defensive linemen. Jamal and Josh also had really good winter conditioning work, and that's carrying over to their play now in spring football. They're active, they're around the quarterback, and they're doing really good.
Is it similar with Ennie? Because I think you said that he was closer to 280 than the 250.
Yeah. So Annie's probably 275, 270. He was closer to 290. Same thing, and Coach Wade has done a great job with our strength and conditioning and really keeping an eye on weight and calorie intake and with the nutritionists. So those guys have really got themselves down and really looking good.
What's a realistic expectation for Ray this first season?
Let's play as much as we want. He's going to play as much as he can handle. He's our bridge between those really 6 to 8 seniors. He and Camilo Tongamora, that's the reason why we signed those guys, to help bridge that gap. We want him to get him as many plays as we can.
How much will the line theoretically change from what you're looking at right now versus what you're going to add during the summer and then from
We're
the
going
fall?
to add some guys, and Camilo will be one guy that we hope that can get here this summer, get himself ready to play for us in the fall. And then we're going to take a strong look at our freshmen too. Coach Campbell and I have been through this at Toledo. We signed a big freshman class, and those guys played. And as they got more and more reps, they really became really good football players as juniors and seniors. So we're hoping to doing the same thing with this crew.
What kind of pro potential does Justin Thomas have? You've got pro potential. He's doing pro day today, so.
Well, I think he's helped himself by playing inside, and so he can be a 3 to a 5 to an outside guy. He's probably 295 pounds today. I think just how we played him last season has really helped his stock a little bit. How long he plays, that's really up to Justin Thomas, because if he comes with a great attitude and effort and want to be in the National Football League, he can play.
Has that been lacking at times with him?
That's the story with him. He's been up and down as far as the conditioning and effort. We don't have those issues now with our guys. Our guys really work hard, and that's not an issue. But that was one of his issues.
How did you try to work through that with him and, I guess, fix it?
Yeah, we just yelled at him as loud as we could, and he fought against it. I think towards the end of the season, he bought into that conditioning part and he started to play well for us.
With Camilo, what does he need to do from the summer on to make sure he's in playing shape, and how can him and Ray complement each other?
Well, you're talking about two really fast twitch big guys. Camilo's 315, 6'5", and if he can come in and get himself ready for the conditioning part of it, we'll play him. But he's got to spend a lot of time with Coach Wade.
You guys got a scrimmage on Saturday, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are you kind of expecting to wanting to get out?
Well, I wanted to kind of, really, however long it takes during the scrimmage from the first quarter, I like the first snap to look like the last snap. And I'm looking for activity on their sideline of scrimmage, pressuring the quarterback, and really being sound in our scheme, playing really good gap football.
Thanks.
Nice
All right.